For the longest of time, I wanted to ask one question. What do you think when you hear someone say they are a neutral gamer? Someone who says they have all the consoles plus a beast PC that can pretty much run any game at its max. This is a situation that not so many of us can achieve, but for the small minority, is it really possible to stay neutral? So in this video, we're going to talk about that, discuss it, and see if this is something that actually can happen. Let's go. What up everybody, it's your boy Gaming Forte, back at it with another video. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you do all of those things along with the notification bell so you can know the next time one of my videos go live. Now, I wanted to break this conversation up into 2 points. Why do people want to be known as a neutral? And should there be a stigma assigned to any that consider themselves a neutral gamer? But the main reason I believe people want to be known as a neutral gamer is for a few reasons. Now, when it comes to the number one thing, a lot of people would like to avoid the console war fiasco. It is a shame that this is even on the list, but for some people that like to have conversations online with friends and participate in deeper conversations with a vast amount of people that are on social media sites like Twitter and Facebook, most people want to just enjoy the games that they play on whatever system they have most of the time. Sometimes I think people forget that this is a bigger community than the ones that we see inside of our four walls on YouTube and on Twitter. There's many people that don't even participate in the conversations that we have, and they don't know anything that's going on when it comes to the console war, the back and forth that we have on Twitter and on YouTube. Those people are oblivious to that. And those people are actually the ones that make the really big decisions in the generation when it comes to the systems that they buy. Most people like me and the people listening to this video, we already knew what system we were going to get day one. And honestly, it just really comes down to those neutral gamers to decide if their preference is going to change from generation to generation. A lot of people that was on the Xbox 360 bandwagon during the 2013 E3 event when Microsoft unveiled the Xbox One and talked about all the features and suites that it wanted to have with the system, that turned a lot of gamers off. And at that moment, their preference really switched over to the PlayStation platform because they were all about games. You know, even knowing if the underlying truth was that Sony was going to do the same exact thing that Microsoft was going to do, Sony still didn't do it. So their perception was a lot better than Microsoft. So a lot of people's preferences switched over to PlayStation this generation. The whole thing can flip on its head in the next generation. Preferences can change the allegiance of people when it comes to those systems. Those people are neutral just because they don't care where they play at. Now, do I consider myself a neutral gamer? To an extent, but I also do know that I am a fan of the Xbox platform. I am a fan of the Halo series. I am a fan of just the system in general, but that doesn't change the fact that I'm still going to go out and buy a PlayStation 4 because I'm a fan of their games too. I just will not go without an Xbox as long as I know there's a Halo on the horizon. And you know what? That may change in the future because I don't know what's going to happen in the next years with Microsoft. If they decided never to make another Halo game again, would I still stick with the Xbox platform? I don't know, because Xbox platform, the only thing that keeps me here is Halo, knowing that that is going to be a thing. Unless they introduce something that is groundbreaking, jaw-dropping good, that can literally replace Halo as an IP for me, that's a question that I can't answer right now until that I'm actually faced with it. Now, when it comes to the second reason a lot of people like to be considered neutral gamers, it's mostly just to the benefit of the same thing I said before, but reversed on its head, where those people just want to play their games and be neutral and just not participate in the console war. The other side of that is the people that want to go balls deep into the console war, but they want to make it seem like they can talk about any platform, anytime, or any way they want to because they own all the systems. And ultimately, those people, you truly are not a neutral gamer because you have a preference that allows you to want to buy and play on this one system and this one system only. Like I said, I will always buy an Xbox as long as there's a Halo game available for me to buy on that system that I know is coming out either in the future or somewhere on the horizon. There's games like God of War that will always be available on the PlayStation platform then that will always make me go out and buy that system, because I always want to enjoy that type of story-driven narrative whenever Sony releases it. But when it comes to Nintendo, I don't know if I'll always be in line with Nintendo, because those games do get a little bit dated over time. They do have the same formula. They do change it up every once in a while. That's why I was super impressed with Breath of the Wild, because they changed up what Zelda really was, and they actually took a risk, and that's something that I really enjoyed in that game when I played it. And plus, the Switch is mostly for my kids, and I do enjoy playing the Switch when I do get a chance to, because I can't wait for Octopath to come out this Friday, and I'll be playing that game as much as I can. I love role-playing games. I love games like Bravely Default and Final Fantasy. That's going to be the next game that's going to take up a lot of time for me on the Switch, and I do enjoy it for those type of narrative, story-driven games that you can play anywhere on your TV or on the go. That's what the Switch does for me. But I may not like the next iteration of the next system they do. It may not speak to me in that manner. And the Nintendo platform is something that me personally, I can do without. If my kids grow out of the system and they don't really get into playing games anymore, or they really don't care about playing the Mario games like that anymore, then maybe I'll skip the next Nintendo system. I don't know. And ultimately, that's what this whole neutral conversation comes down to. Your preferences can change at any moment. As long as you are willing to change with the times and not let yourself be dictated by a singular company, you will always sit in that neutral category, because there is nothing wrong with being a neutral. And the reason I say that is because neutral gamers are the reason that these systems are what they are today. They built the foundation of what these systems stand on, and they will continue to grow that user base from this time to the end of time. No matter what platforms come out, no matter what systems are available for you to buy, if there is an option out there, those gamers, those neutral gamers, will be the ones to put your system over the top. They'll be the difference between your system doing really well versus one system and another system. So guys, as you can see, I really respect neutral gamers. Neutral gamers are the people that actually make this thing go. And honestly, as long as you're the type of person that's not going out damage controlling for a system or a particular platform, you can always stay in that neutral gamer site, because there is nothing wrong with that. And don't let anybody tell you that, because you are the majority of the people that make up the difference that these systems see. And as long as you know you have that power, never let anything else bother you. Enjoy your games wherever they are. Enjoy playing whatever you want to play and whatever system you want to play it on. And guess what? Ultimately, I think all those people that's out there crying about neutral gamers will finally shut up, and you will have the last laugh, because you played more games than they did, because all they're doing is going on social media crying about how the neutral gamers are ruining their experience, which I never got whenever people said that. So guys, what do you think? Do you think neutral gamers are the problem? Do you think there's something wrong with being a neutral gamer? Or do you think neutral gamers just had a bad rap this generation, just like we always say people are casual gamers? I want to hear what you got to say down in the comment section. But guys, like I always say, thanks for watching this video. Sub to the channel if you haven't. Like this video if you like the content. It definitely helps out the channel a lot. Turn on those notifications, gonna let you know the next time one of my videos go live. It's your boy Gaming Forte. You guys have a great week, and I'm gonna talk to you in the next video. Peace.